We're recording this on, I think I have a percentage of Irish. I need to get drunk day.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Dylan Sass. It's his birthday.
That seems
We've
like
had
a more
too
appropriate.
many green beers on his birthday.
The older I get, well, I shouldn't say the older I get. I think it was more when I turned 25. That's where I went, why do I need an excuse? I could do this any day, and yes, I'm part Irish, but guess what? This day sucks.
It does. It's the worst of the holidays. It'd be different if we celebrated it for what St. Patrick's Day really is about, right? I don't even know what it really is about. Do we need to get in the history of St. Patrick's Day?
I hope it's like a day celebrating a murderer. It's like the gruesome St. Patrick's winner.
Fight the English, he was the leader of the IRA. Oh, St. Patrick, oh, St. Patrick. Just celebrating a terrorist.
When you say car bomb, you would think St. Patrick's, St. Patrick.
St. Patrick, St. Patrick. Oh, when you drink a Guinness and a Bailey's car bomb, you think of St. Patrick, St. Patrick.
Oh, fuck the queen.
Fuck the queen, fuck the queen. Put it in a cunt. And the episode's demonetized a minute and a half in. There you go.
Oh.
We were never monetized to begin with. Joke's on you guys.
Oh.
Let's see here. The origins of St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is celebrated on the 17th, when commonly death of St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland. And it evolved from a religious observation. I want to know what the religion
just
was. Just
hedonism and alcoholism.
Yeah, it went from a religious observation
great.
to a spectacle of celebration of Irish culture, particularly in the United States. Great. So, yet again, the United States commercialized another holiday that didn't need to be commercialized.
Yeah. You know,
Just like Christmas.
I can't wait till we're like, well, what'd you do? Well, I drank 36 cider beers in honor of Arbor Day.
Yeah. So St. Patrick was born in Roman Britain and is believed to have died on March 17th, around 400 AD, the day that is initially the feast day in Ireland in his honor. But what did he do? What did he was just this patron saint of Ireland?
He founded Guinness.
This is gonna be the craziest way to ask this in Google, but St. Patrick, what he do?
I mean,
what he do?
You would think he's done something.
Yeah.
It's
got to be a Wikipedia. There we go. I want a Wikipedia. This is what I'm after. Wikipedia's got all the goods.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
No. Not in a little bit. Anyway, I don't think it's worth it. Do you think it's? Do you want me to keep reading about St. Patrick?
He's not going to have anything good. I mean, unless
No.
he had an alias of Jack the Ripper, I'm not interested.
Well, while in captivity, he worked as a shepherd and strengthened his relationship with God through prayer, eventually leading him to deepen his faith. He writes, after 6 years of captivity, he heard a voice telling him that he would soon go home, and then his ship was ready.
Where are the pints?
Yeah. Fleeing his masters. Well, that's what they don't tell you, is he was drunk as hell hearing voices.
Yeah, I was going to say, schizophrenia brought on by horrid alcoholism.
Well, when you just drink all day and you hang out with nothing but sheep, you start hearing voices.
What's he doing? Well, to come down, he'd have a Guinness, and to go back up and hear voices, he'd have some rye whiskey.
You're all fucking sheep, and you're fucking you just do what you're told, you fucking sheep. You have a closer relationship with God.
Oh, don't fucking top of the morning, me, McGillicuddy, you fucking cunt.
Whenever I try to do an Irish accent but sound drunk in an Irish accent, it just sounds Scottish.
Yeah, I was gonna say you went all.
It went real bad.
You went. Hey, St. Patrick. Yeah, he's on that movie Braveheart, right?
Well, technically, he was born in Britain, so I mean, I don't know.
That's the other thing that was really weird when you said that. I was like, you know what? I see why they hate them.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh, you're gonna make us celebrate somebody that was from there too?
Yeah. Yeah, after fleeing his masters, traveling to a port 200 miles away, he found a ship that directly pursued by the captain that take him. After 3 days of sailing, they landed preliminarily in Britain, or presumably in Britain. Yeah. Apparently, they all left the ship. 28 days later, in the wilderness, becoming fate from hunger. Patrick's account of his escape from slavery returned home from Britain. Okay, after Patrick prayed for sustenance, they
gave him dunks, and that's the story of Patrick Ewing.
Dude, I think St. Patrick is just about a slave who ran away, and he prayed for food, and he was like, please, God, provide food. Then he died, and now every year we just get really hammered and feast
in celebration of him, we still don't give him food, we just drink.
Yeah,
so he's eternally starving.
Please,
someone.
Calories. Just different than carbs. Anything but carbs.
None of this fizzy bullshit you're drinking. Oh, God.
Listen to the fitness influencers. Protein. We need protein.
Yeah, that's his best buddy's that guy in hell that's pushing up the boulder up the hill that keeps falling down.
Oh, it says right here, after Patrick prayed for subsistence, they encountered a herd of wild boar. Since this was shortly after Patrick had urged them to put their faith in God, so that's what happened.
And
he prayed
they were
and
gored.
got food.
Oh.
Yeah. He went hogging.
Okay.
He got drunk and went hogging. He's like, please, God, provide. And he went hogging, dude.
Okay. Louisiana people are descendants.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, well, I guess that's one part of it. This is so long. So St. Patrick's in the Bible, right? I would assume. Maybe. I don't know how the saints work.
Yes. Ye old alcoholism.
Mm-hmm. Like most of the
it's funny. I just find it funny that the entire story you said, it has nothing to do with drinking. Why we put that there, and then that gets all. And like I said, the young 20 people, the people that do bar crawls, I hate you all.
Yeah, the bar, the leprechaun dress bar crawls are the fucking worst.
Oh yeah, I mean. Vern Troyer is hating everything here.
Okay. We can bring in the traditions and customs, including drinking. See, there's nothing really about
exactly.
like how it got involved. You know what it is, Nathan? It's just the beer companies.
You know, Wade, I got a brilliant business idea. I mean, we can't start it, but it's more for the cartel people that I know are listening. Just pick a day, any day. You know what? Mm-hmm. Go with Valentine's Day because it's just Hallmark. Everybody gets cards and go out for dinner. Why don't we just start, pushing it back? You know what you really do? The ones you love? Rip lines.
Yeah. And you can use your card to cut them up. I love you, baby. Oh, thanks, babe.
You can use your Discover. It's everywhere you want to be.
Yeah, you can use your Valentine card. You can press a line together and snort it out of the corner of it.
Yeah, all next year's cards for this endeavor are going to feature that Michigan player sliding into third.
Yeah. Every relationship's hitting triples and snorting bumps. It's what bummed me out about that celebration, and for those who don't know, I sent Nathan a fun video where
I saw it before that. The thing I saw about it, the way I first heard, is he's got a random drug test.
Oh, he got a random drug test because
I don't know if that's true, but I just thought it was funny.
Probably. I would assume the NCAA might sneak one in there at that point. But one of the Michigan Wolverines baseball players hit a triple, and as he slid into third base to celebrate, his helmet came off, and he got down towards the chalk line and acted like he was snorting a rail.
Yeah.
which is a really creative thing. The thing that bothers me, though, is they were on a turf field where the lines are just painted, so he's not real. Like, if it was actual chalk dust and he would have came up and he actually had the dust up in his face, it would have made it 20 times better.
Oh, yeah. But, well, if that ever is the case and they don't start rubbing their teeth, they're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Just
get up and
that's fucking great. Yeah, that's the best baseball celebration I've seen in years. I was so pumped about that when I saw that.
That's the best thing since I've seen pissing off the other team by flipping your bat in a very dramatic way.
Flipping the bat's boring now.
Now
I always hated flipping the bat.
No, I enjoy it when it incites pure, unadulterated rage from the other team. I'm all for it. I think every player should do it, even if you bunt.
I think you should only be done if you hit a home run.
No, I think if the other team
and you win the game, you can't bat flip if it's not a game altering hit. Like,
yes, you can.
It doesn't make sense.
You need to do it, and then you just get decked on second by Odor. Just
it's fucking truck sticked.
I bring back fights in baseball.
Oh, they were the best, dude. Well, now they keep protecting players. Like, you can't run over the catcher at home plate. You can't block the bag at second.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, they've taken all. Dude, they don't realize. I think every sports league doesn't realize what they're doing. They're making games so soft that people are gonna. I think in 10 years, nobody's gonna watch the three major sports.
I think you're on the money. What was it?
I shouldn't say nobody. It's not people who care about sports, right? Like, if you like football, like I hear anybody who's a traditional football fan, right?
Here's a question. What do you consider the three major, though?
NFL, the NBA, and the MLB.
Okay.
Those are the three major
You're excluding hockey. Okay.
Well, no. Hockey, and this is why I make the pitch. I've been trying to get into hockey more.
They don't fight enough anymore. They cut down on those, too.
I don't know. Did you watch the international game?
I think that was the only way they'll let that happen. It's like, it's just countries fighting.
No, they still get after it. I saw a scrap the other night where, like, the entire benches got penalty box. Both benches, all 5 players had to go into the fucking penalty boxes. There was nobody on the ice for like 2 minutes.
The announcer has to start announcing like John Cena across center court.
Oh, yeah. It turned into a literal gang fight.
Okay, that rules. Ice. That rules. I just don't see the videos.
I'm the only guy to ever take off a skate and try to stab a guy.
Good job, Happy.
So that's my pitch why if you like just like pure aggression and competitiveness, hockey is like where you want to be. I just don't see that in like the other sports. Like they just are, because there's so much money in it, in like protecting those players. That's why they're taking out all that stuff, but they're taking away what makes great players is having to play through that.
Yeah, you get the competitiveness.
Yeah, it's just dumb, and that's why I don't. You hear every traditional NFL fan now bitching about how the game's gotten soft. And, like, I guess I wasn't around in the 80s. I was partly there for the 90s. But, yeah, dudes were getting fucking smoked. And it's not the same game anymore.
Oh, no.
And you can tell by the way they run offense.
It's great. Like, if you go back and watch NFL Classics and you watch the intro to Monday Night Football, everything is a 15-yard penalty. And they are highlighting it to start the show. Yeah. And then now rules. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
It sucks.
And that's where, like, WWE, they realized what they were doing. They were getting soft, and guess what they started doing?
Steroids.
Steroids, and they started letting people cuss on promos. It rules.
Oh.
Triple H saw the writing on the wall, and he's like, we will not be the NFL.
Or like when they read the, the FTC's letter, word for word, about the words they can't say.
Yeah, that was the best. Oh, man, so funny. So, yeah, you're going to get people who are into sports are just going to, like, drift away from watching them. And they're going to be like, well, what happened? Like, eventually the NFL is going to start pulling back rules. Same with the MLB. Probably the same. I don't know what you do to the NBA. The NBA is so boring.
They got to bring back you can check players again.
What do you mean check players?
Start coming in, you can check them a little bit with your arm. Can't hit them,
but you
can.
They need to get rid of that circle underneath. The charge circle.
They just need to do something because, right now it's just...
Well, it sucks. I watched an NBA game for the first time a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
With some friends. And he's a huge Celtics fan, right? So I'm watching the Celtics game. Celtics-Lakers, what did I watch? So I watched arguably the two top teams in the league, I think, right now. I have no idea, really.
No, it's Oklahoma City and Cleveland Cavaliers. Those are the best two right now.
I don't understand this world anymore.
Yeah. I know. It's like me saying, hey, the Browns and the Jags are really good in the NFL now.
This is what you get when you vote Trump into office. You get Oklahoma and Cleveland at the top of the NBA.
Yeah.
It's a problem. This nation's gone to hell in a handbasket.
It's rough.
Yeah, but so I watched them anyway. I know didn't the Celtics win it last year? I don't know.
Yes.
That's why I assumed they. Okay, that's why I assumed they were one of the best. Anyway, dude, all they do, and I saw somebody break this down online, but they just shoot threes.
Well, that's all it is.
Unless it's an actual dunk or an immediate layup. But even on fast breaks, they'll pull up at the 3-point line and just chuck threes. It's just see if you can outmake threes.
Pretty much.
And it's awful. It's not basketball.
No, if you want true basketball, you actually have to watch college now.
And it's way better. That's why I've always said college. I've argued this for years, and nobody ever believed me. I think you did. You're one of the few who are like, no, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
But most people would be like, no, dude, the NBA, they have the most talented players. I'm like, they don't, though. They don't. They don't have teams. They don't play as a cohesive unit. They don't play defense. It's awful.
The defense thing's a train wreck.
It's a joke. Dude, I would love if I was just 3 inches taller to just go to the NBA and become a defensive specialist and just school the fuck out of everybody. Just never score a point. I just want to block shots and fuck people up.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, I want to go back to the Detroit Piston days, dude. That's what I want.
The Akeem Olajuwon days?
Yeah, dude. Mouse in the Palace, dude. Let's fucking go.
Akeem Olajuwon wasn't on the... No, he wasn't there. He was... No, that's the Rockets.
Yeah, that was the Rockets. No, but I'm just thinking, the Bad Boys, right? Isn't that what
yes,
they're
the Bad Boys. Yeah, they had
with Rodman.
Yeah, they were
before
good.
he went to the Bulls. Before he went to the Bulls, Rodman was a problem on the Bulls too, but he was a motherfucker for the Pistons.
They were good. I never liked the Pistons though.
I didn't like them
I liked
either,
the Bulls.
but
fanboy.
I liked the way they played because they were just oh, we're just gonna fucking beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Didn't they
I feel like
change
that was
rules after that season when they beat the hell out of Jordan?
Yeah,
they beat the fuck out of him and they started changing rules to protect him, basically, right? Didn't that happen?
I don't know. Maybe
maybe
I don't know. Jordan was just a monster. So
he was. No, he was gonna win no matter what. That dude was a motherfucker himself. He was also. See, that's the difference though. He wasn't scared to mix it up.
That's true.
Jordan was gonna go right in your face, and he was gonna take his bumps doing it. But he was also gonna give bumps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he kept receipts, and you know that during his Hall of Fame speech. He read off every motherfucker who's ever wronged him. Yeah. On and off the court.
Dude, yeah.
And Miss Delilah for fucking up my fade in 1973. He read all the smoke, dude.
He does not give a fuck, dude. He's just
he does not. He's so petty. This day, one of my favorite facts about Michael Jordan is that he built a golf course that exclusively caters to his golf style and plays professionals there and beats them there all the time gambling.
Nice.
Talk about stacking your deck, dude. That's so fucking funny.
Yeah, no. Dude rules. And then I don't know if he's in basketball anymore. I know doesn't he have a NASCAR team?
Does he?
I think he's in NASCAR.
I'm going to look it up. Michael Jordan NASCAR. I didn't know that. When did you hear that?
I forget. I thought he had his hands in the cookie jar in NASCAR.
Michael Jordan, Denny Hamlin Racing Team. No shit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. 23XI Racing is an American professional auto racing organization that competes in NASCAR Cup Series. It is owned by and operated by Hall of Fame basketball player Michael Jordan, along with Joe Gibbs, racing driver and 3-time Daytona 500 winner Denny Hamlin. Damn, that's crazy. Also, the car is sick as fuck. It's 45, which is weird. You think he would have got 23 somehow.
No, he got his alternate.
Yeah,
someone stole his 23.
But it's just got the big-ass MJ logo on the front, and it looks like the Jordan, I think, is it the 3s that were kind of like the gray with the scales?
Oh, I don't know the shoes, dude.
I just know I've seen several people wear that shoe scale, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
It looks a lot like one of the early Jordan pairs, but it's fucking cool. That's probably like one of 900 designs of a car that just looks like a Jordan shoe.
Probably.
That would be a weird one to be. I actually know it happens for a fact, but seeing people wear Jordans to Daytona seems like a weird sight. But you know it's happening. Like, that's just white trash gold as well.
Yeah, now that you say that, it's got to be a lot of boots, steel-toed Timberlands.
I think it's more like thongs. I think it's the flip-flop thongs. That's what I think of Daytona.
Oh, I was like, man, they got a new audience entirely.
Yeah. Yeah, they play Cisco exclusively at Daytona 500 now. Guys like, what?
It's also terrifying because I'm viewing with they're wearing thongs. It's two of them sewn together.
I saw whales down at Daytona. I didn't know they beach down there. They don't.
If you throw up 3 Hail Dale Earnhardts, you might see one, though.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hear some sirens out there trying to lure you in by going, raise hell, praise Dale. Jeff Gordon sucks. That's just their sirens trying to lure NASCAR drivers off the road.
You got a couple of hillbillies down there with duck calls doing that.
I got Copenhagen straight. Hell, you say.
Poured a little Jim Beam in mine to give it a little bite.
It should still be the Winston Cup. Hell, that's crazy, though. I didn't know that Michael Jordan owned a racing. I didn't know he fucked with NASCAR like that. I bet you he doesn't. He just has so much money he gets bored.
Yeah. I mean, it's just competitive all the time, so it wouldn't surprise me in the least.
Yeah, how does Michael... It just seems like a weird... How do you get Michael Jordan into that?
I don't know. The one thing I've always been surprised is he doesn't own his own cigar company.
Jesus Christ. I didn't realize they make sense, but I didn't know it. You know he's a billionaire?
Yeah.
I didn't know
That's why I was like, I'm just surprised. Like, okay, I smoke cigars all the time. I'm going to have my own company.
LeBron James is worth $1 billion.
Already?
Apparently.
Damn.
According to this thing I'm seeing below it.
It's not from Space Jam.
No, it is not. Yeah, well, he must own a bunch of companies somehow, too. I know he has a lot of endorsement deals, but I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows? These guys all make money on the side. Who knows? Well, fun stuff there, bud. That's good times.
Yo.
You know, if we had a lot of money, Nathan, we could buy some really cool shit.
Yeah.
I'd love to buy cool stuff.
I'd buy a bunch of dumb stuff I don't need.
Yeah? What's one thing you would buy?
68 Yanko.
What the fuck is a 68 Yanko? Is that a blowjob machine?
Yes. Yeah.
I got the Yanko 4000.
Yes, it's actually a
thing licks my balls.
It looks just like the maid off the Jetsons.
Oh, Mr. J, let me give you a hand, J. Doesn't she call him Mr. J too?
I don't know, but
I swear to God, if I remember Rosie
that would be
saying
the that would be the voice filter I put on is Harley Quinn.
Yeah. I swear to God, she does though. Am I wrong on that, or am I just like mixing up?
Oh, I don't know. I'm about to bust. Call me Puddin'.
You want this pudding from Puddin'? It's tapioca.
Oh,
That's fucking.
Rosie, don't read the sperm
so
count. Don't read it.
A 69 Yank? Is that what you said?
A Yanko. It's a Camaro.
Yanko? What's a? It's a Camaro.
Mm-hmm. It is a monster.
I hate it. I don't know why, dude. Anytime somebody's like, I would buy this car if I had all, I'm like, that sucks. I don't know why. That's what you want to buy is a car?
Yeah. Classic.
Why?
Why?
Oh, okay, let me take a look at it.
Oh, yeah.
What is it, 69?
68.
68 Yanko. I'm off way too much Yanko. My baby mama tripping.
Yanko. All I know is Yanko.
Yeah. All I do is Yanko. Okay. Oh, you want this just because you only brought this up because you watched Fast and the Furious recently. That's the only reason this is fresh on your mind.
And maybe.
It is sick.
Yeah.
No. These are hard as fuck.
Oh, they're awesome.
I didn't know that's what these were. I've always seen these cars, but I didn't know that's what they were.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were Camaros. Camaros. I didn't know that. Man, why did every car become so fucking bad looking after like the 60s?
I don't know. I think early 70s had some decent ones, but yeah, no, you're pretty spot on.
No, 60s are the peak of
American muscle.
Pleasing car. Well, yeah, because it's everyone's like, well, they're faster now. I don't give a rat's fucking ass that it's faster.
Here, they're faster. They crumble. You could go in and guess your odds of surviving in a crash and that are drastically higher because it's a giant thing of metal.
Actually, I think it's proven that like you die more often in these things. Actually, Nate.
Let me have. It's St. Patty's Day. We're all drinking. It's safer.
Whoa! Yeah! Doing lines for St. Patrick.
You're right. Motley Crue's lead singer, what is it? Nikki Sixx?
Yeah.
He would know. He killed his passenger driving something like that. Loaded, just like St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. Committing atrocities for the state of Ireland. Whoa! Yeah! Fuck the Queen.
We don't have any explosives, but I can make a cargo bomb.
Yeah, man, that is a giant mixture of cultures right there. We're mixing 80s rock with 60s cars, American cars, and Irish politics.
You know how we could do this? We can tie it all together? Picture Ed Sheeran driving.
Yeah. Say, Patty played a fiddle in an Irish band.
But it's not the
but
shape
he fell
of you.
in love with an Englishman.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, did I just shock the audience by knowing some Ed Sheeran? Oh, yeah, I'll blow your fucking mind. No, Ed Sheeran. He's got good tunes, brother.
hey, it does.
The Castle on the Hill.
The Shape of You. That's like the only song I know off the top of my head.
Yeah. World is evergreens.
And then he did that song with
Thinking
Eminem.
Out Loud. What song did he do with Eminem?
Something, The River.
I had no idea he did one.
Yeah.
With Eminem. I haven't heard that.
I'm sure you have. You just don't remember it.
Yeah. Well, you just buy a car. That's what you'd do with.
Oh,
all
I'd
that
do.
money,
I'd start
you
a business or something, obviously. But
know? That sounds bad too.
I just want those. I just want one of those
Or
old
just
cars
go
that you
away.
pull up, and if anybody has their window down, they're like, "What the fuck?" Because all you hear is, "Caw, caw, 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 caw." Just like, yeah.
I'd be just gone, dude. You'd never see me again. I'd be in a fucking somewhere just. I'd be on a ranch by myself somewhere.
Okay, Kanye, just calm down.
Yeah. Having some real cool ideas about graphic T-shirts.
You see, he's getting a necklace of it.
No, he's not.
Yeah. Look it up.
Dude,
no,
if
he's seriously.
Oh my! I don't want to look up that word.
Just put in is Kanye buying a new necklace? It'll come up.
Is it a Jesus pendant? If you spin it, it makes the symbol like
No,
the,
he's
like the Audi
after
symbol.
he said, "Hey, I'm not this thing." Now he's saying, "Yeah, but I want that T-shirt design in the necklace."
Dude, he is so. He just wants. I think he thinks he's so influential that he can overpower.
He's the voice of a generation.
Genocide. You know what I'm saying? Though he thinks he could overpower a genocide and make a symbol cool again. That's what I think he's trying to do.
Do you think he's trying to give the symbol back to India?
Yes, I think he's trying to.
Okay.
He's like, I will set you free, Hindu symbol. I think he's so egomaniacal that he thinks he can do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like Elon Musk thinks he's egomaniacal. He's egomaniacal enough he could do that thing and maybe not be what he thinks it is. We just have egomaniacs trying to make shit that's not cool again.
Well, that was a whole running slogan, wasn't it?
That is true. Make shit that's not cool again.
Yeah.
I honestly want that on a hat. I would have bought that hat if it said that.
The acronym doesn't roll off the tongue, but damn it, does that message hit hard.
Man, does that sound exactly the same as something else that I see my grandparents wearing?
Yeah, fuck, man.
I know what I would do with $1 billion.
Okay.
I would buy the
real-life
FBI.
sex dolls. Oh.
I would buy the FBI's headquarters.
Yeah, they seem like they'd be a good, I don't know, red light district in the USA.
Yeah. I bet you they have some cool filming rooms in there.
Yeah,
they have some sweet sets.
Some double mirrors.
Yeah. Yeah, a list apparently, then this is a little bit older, but I thought this was so fun. A list published by the General Service Administration. It includes some of the country's most recognizable buildings that span nearly every state, with properties ranging from courthouses to office buildings, parking garage in Washington, D.C., including the J. Edgar Hoover Building, which serves as the FBI headquarters.
No, it does not serve. It served. It is no longer.
It is no longer. the RFK.
It is now the Bottoms Up Lounge.
Yeah, you can also get the RFK Department of Justice building, the old post office building where Donald Trump once ran a hotel, and the American Red Cross headquarters. Dude, we can get a hands on a blood bank.
You guys, hear me out. When the vampire overlords come over and take over, guess what? You got a blood bank. You're friends now.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, the only problem is the interest is going to dry up fast from those fang suckers.
You just have a good old-fashioned fang bang, and then it fills back up.
Slap the bag.
Like all of these look like something that you just have spotlights going on. Like it's almost like a non-fucked up version of those bizarre Ripley's Believe It or Not houses. They have all.
Ooh, yeah. You think it looks like a better old time freak show?
Yeah.
You know that's how all museums started.
Eyes Wide Shut parties.
No, but they all started as freak show houses. All museums.
Really?
So I read an entire book called Monsters, which was the story about Jeffrey Epstein. No.
Funny, but in reality, it was just a story of the U.S. government.
Yeah, kind of. It leads into it. No, it's not really a conspiracy book, but what it is it's about the basically the history of geologists who discovered dinosaur bones, right?
Who made them? Because apparently they're not real.
You mean those plants against God that Satan put there?
Scrolled in each one is a testament of what to do.
I wish I didn't actually hear somebody once actually say that and believe and say it with conviction and believe it. But I lived in Utah for a little bit, so there you go.
Yeah, they'll believe anything out there.
Yeah, it turns out there's a massive religion out there that even where they like Utah is a giant hotspot for finding dinosaur bones
and selling pedometers, oddly enough.
Yeah, and I just find that to be the most ironic thing of all time. Hey, we found another dinosaur bone, and the Mormon church is like, lies! Don't believe the sinners!
Joshua, put that down and continue walking to the next house.
Yeah. That's one of Satan's horns. I don't know what a triceratops is.
That's a giant replica turtle shell. Put it down.
What happened, though, is, so way back in the day, all museums, right, started out technically as freak shows. So, like, the earliest records of what is now, like, the Natural History Museum in New York City, right? That was a building that was just dedicated to freak show stuff. So they had bones and like it's stuff like that. Like, oh, look at this crazy creature and all that shit. And then they had like bearded ladies in there.
That's
and shit
what I was
too
just
with
gonna
them
say. They're now saying these tents were used in the mid 1800s. No, they were for the carnies you employed there. Okay.
Yeah, that's where you kept the freaks, dude. Unlike nowadays, where now New York just kicks all the freaks out on the street, and they're just like, ah!
It makes me think. You say New York and Vegas, for that matter. Mm-hmm. Vegas, I know they go down into the sewers.
Yeah, that's the craziest
New
shit
York, I always wondered where they go. Like cold weather places, they just vanish.
I just always assume they formed some kind of hobo orgy and kept each other warmth with their bodies.
Ah, they made their own museum.
Yeah. It's Dirty Mike and the boys. Just hanging out all winter.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, so they all started out as like freak show things, and what happened eventually is those buildings got like burnt down at some point because they were like, "Get out of here, freaks!"
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And
as one does,
hate crimes ensued. as things happened in the 1800s.
Yeah.
And
a certain Baptist church couldn't stand these places.
Right. So what happens is then like schools and or the government would buy these buildings, fix them up and stuff. And
because damn it, if they aren't good carpenters.
Yeah. And what would happen is eventually somebody found the first dinosaur bones, right? And they were like, "What the fuck is this?" And they put
that was just Larry.
Yeah. And they just started putting them together and then like displaying them at these freak shows.
How do they know they're putting them together correctly? I've always wondered that.
They didn't. They straight up don't. There are so many like things now. I've read so much about this, dude. Here, let me put on my dinosaur cap for you. So, what happened actually? Sorry, let me put on this properly for you.
Oh no! Breakdown world. This is where Wade breaks down World Roar 3.
So, welcome to Dinosaur Facts with Wade. So, what happened is eventually they started realizing that dinosaur bones were an attraction, and they found the first T-Rex. The T-Rex was the first dinosaur bone ever discovered.
Of course it was.
It was. And they brought it in, but then, of course, after a while, you go, ooh, and I'm bored. And kids were, like, done with it. So they needed more money to excavate and go look in Montana, because that's where the big majority of all of them were found, were in Montana. So this is my favorite fact about this, and then I'll stop talking.
It's why very little people live there, is because they're terrified they still exist.
Listen, the hills of Montana speak.
Oh, okay.
They have eyes, and they're hungry. Rawr. If you're not a video subscriber to this podcast, you are missing out on a fun gag right now.
Yeah, you should be chomping at the bit to come see what's happening.
Go to youtube.com, Comic Wade Taylor. But my favorite thing that happened was, so they needed finances, right?
Okay.
And across the street from the Natural History Museum is the Institute of Fine Arts. Like it's the fine arts building, like literally across the street from Central Park, right? they had to go over and they pitched to all these rich people like, hey, you could invest in these paintings, but like, who gives a shit about these paintings, right? If you fund us and we find a dinosaur, you get to be named after it and be associated with finding dinosaurs. They literally took a bunch of billionaires and convinced them bones were cooler than art.
That's so stupid.
That's how we have all the dinosaur fossils today, is because some crafty fucking carny tricked billionaires into giving him money to go find dinosaur bones. And that's been Wade Taylor's Fun Dino Facts.
And that's also funny because the more and more I think about it, and granted, Wade's done this whole thing with his hat, but the funny thing is, that's today's tech people.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I laugh when I see all this shit happening, because I'm like, oh, I've seen this. And they're like, where have you seen it? I didn't see it, I read it, but and I didn't read it, I listened to it on a book. Then everybody's like, you've lost all credibility in everything you've said.
I read this with my ears.
Yeah. Really good book, though. Monsters. Go read it, guys. It's a fascinating tale about the history of anthropology.
You know, it's funny, like what you're saying. I've done so much where I've told people, like, dude, did you hear X, Y, and Z? And I'll just start going off. And I'm like, was that real? Did you really? And I fact check myself, and I go, well, fuck, now I don't find anything really about it. Like, I guess I got by AI. And then 2 weeks later to a month, it's all over the news. I'm like, dude, I'm not
like
crazy.
What? Do you have an
example? Girl Scout cookies having metal in them being sued.
Are they being sued? I heard about that, and I kind of heard inklings, but I didn't hear about them getting sued.
I said something about it to people, and I got called crazy. Like, no, they don't. And then now it's on all the major news networks. They're being sued for having metal and shit. I'm like, oh, guys. And I'm like, you know what? This is what every person in an insane asylum feels like. They're like, I saw them. I saw aliens.
Well, to be fair to the Girl Scouts, they know a lot of people are low in iron, and they were just trying to help people get their daily dose of iron through Samoas, you know?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody likes supplements.
Yeah. Well, Nathan, I just have that's fun and all. That's good. Speaking of eating stuff that's bad for you, though, and other things we could buy with billions of dollars.
Okay.
Have you seen this new fun thing called the military
industrial complex? Yeah. They're all over, and they need our money.
Nathan, are you familiar with the military?
Yeah, and I'm familiar with where you're going with this, because I actually saw it too, and I was like, I think I've seen a movie about this.
Is there a movie about this?
No, but I feel like that's right up the alley of a Terminator series.
Yeah, it seems like they would have made this movie to try to, like, you know how they
to
always
prep
have
you
you
for
ever
it?
heard the theory? Yeah, they give you movies to prep us for shit coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
That's why propaganda's not working so well anymore. Nobody goes to the theater and all sees the same shit anymore.
Yeah, that is true. They got to invest now. Dude, TikToks are going to become overproduced soon.
Yeah, pretty soon. I'm watching a new TV show called Extraction, and I'm just watching people who have zero survival skills complain about getting diarrhea from drinking water, and their family being like, I'm not going to evacuate them yet. They can get dysentery. They'll be fine.
Oh, wait till the uranium's in their hands before I tell them the problem with it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. This should be a movie, though. I'm surprised it isn't. But you want to go on and explain what we found?
Yeah, the military made a robot that can eat organisms for fuel. Organisms, just in case you're wondering, for those of you people out there that might, I don't know, have problems surviving, that could mean you.
Yeah, in case you failed biology, an organism is a living thing, including you. Now, one could say that you're not living per se, but your heart's beating, I guess. You know,
one could, part of me's like, a vegetarian made this, and they're like, no, it definitely won't eat meat.
Yeah,
no, only plants.
Only plant-based robots. Where's the closest bean burger?
Oh, this is just...
Beans have just as good a protein as
Just
chicken.
don't ever let these things talk, because to get food, and aka a buffet, they are going to be worse propagandists than anyone you've ever known to incite war.
Yeah.
They bought it. Let's go eat.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, we are completely understand the public concern about this futuristic robot feeding on human population, but that is not our mission. Is a sentence no one should ever have to say is the next line after.
No. Like, they're saying it runs and, like, it's like, the fuel's no scarier than twigs, grass clippings, wood chips, and small plant-based items. And, I mean, if you would ask them, be like, yeah, but could it run off humans? Well, I mean, theoretically, yes, but that's not what we're planning.
Did you give the robot hunger by chance? If it's starving, will it turn to cannibal? Will it start cannibalizing humans? Will it eat its own?
Will it eat its creators?
Dude, what's going to happen? Hear me out. This is how the movie starts, Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
May I pitch? Can I do a pitch?
Oh, let's hear it.
Pitch? Robots created.
You know, this is going in a good direction. I mean, it's all the rage. I want to hear more. You're enticing me.
Robots catchy.
Yes, it's all the rage right now.
Topical.
Yes.
Love it. Seen it? Go.
Right now, I'll just tell you right now, your budget can only go down. So you've got me up high.
I've never been in a Hollywood pitch meeting, but I always imagine they do a lot of hand gestures like, love it,
see
it, feeling it. Go. It's a lot of Tom Cruise, early 2000s Tom Cruise energy going on there.
Yeah.
Love
I'm
it.
about to dance on the couch. You got me on the edge. I'm thinking
Feeling
maybe
like
6
a Michigan
feet
player
ain't so
after
far
hitting a
down.
Triple. Feeling like a Michigan player after hitting a triple. Let's go.
Okay.
So, robots created, trying to help a sustainable future for humanity.
I like
Start
it. Okay, we're a positive
waste.
spin. I like it. Okay.
Positive spin. But eating only waste that is terrible within the environment that's not going to properly break down.
Ah, that is a dilemma. Yes.
Yes, but the robot, right?
Mm-hmm.
It only continues to work if it continues to feed.
Ah,
Gets
so Wall-E.
stuck. Yes, gets stuck in a jungle scenario, right? Now, mind you, all the robots are.
So are you going with a robot Rambo? No. Okay. I'm jumping ahead.
No.
Okay.
More of like a 136 hours type vibe.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, he's really rocking a hard place for this robot.
Can't chew his own arm off here.
And if they don't eat within a 24-hour time span, the robots shut down and die, right? Like, that's part of the protocol.
Oh, that seems
So they have
problematic.
rules. Right. And he's stuck. He's eating everything he could get around him. Now he's running out of food. But then what happens, Nathan? A monkey happens to get within range.
Uh-huh.
And out of desperation to not die, as the robot is now developing human-like tendencies to want to live.
Okay.
It eats the monkey.
Oh, God, robot AIDS.
Yeah. It spreads through all the servers because they're all connected one brain leg. There's only one blood type, and that's O110111. All of the transfusion is tainted. And now they have a taste for flesh and robot AIDS. May I present to you Wall-E 2. Wall-E has AIDS. Wall-E 2, Philadelphia.
I take it this is going to be a drama?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's how it's going to get. That's how robots that eat organisms will get a taste for flesh. Is they will eat another small mammal, and then they'll go, well, we're stronger than those things, and then they're going to take us down.
They'll just get a giant robot. They'll create a giant robot that just eats buildings with the people in it.
Yeah. 100%. That's why, like, have you ever seen those nano bots that I've seen before that are supposedly supposed to help, like, clean up ocean waste, like oil spills and stuff like that?
I don't know. I've heard about the ones that are in the shots that we received.
Yeah. Yeah, those ones hurt like a bitch when they come out your pee hole.
Oh, God damn it. I love conspiracy theories.
Yes. The robots were designed for long-range operations that also require extreme endurance, but its designers stress that it can provide material support to the unit requiring intensive labor, or just by carrying the unit on packs. They are also designed for reconnaissance, surveillance, and target acquisition or
casualty
extraction.
Casualty extraction. Hey, they never made it home. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Our robots, though, full power.
We're going to keep Austin Power under surveillance while we casually extract him.
It's like, oh. So they're saying that only 150 pounds of biofuel could provide sufficient energy to drive the vehicle 100 miles. Now, they did say vegetation in there, but we know that means they can eat a person and go 100 miles more.
Oh, dude, if they get protein and they realize that how much better of a fuel source that is.
Oh, dude, if they get protein and they become Jim Bro robots, that's going to be insane.
You're not maximizing your gains. You need to try my human breakfast burrito. It packs a whopping 60 grams of protein per burrito.
What's up, fam? Like and subscribe. I'm the human king.
Have you tried human oysters? They're the shit and provide plenty of testosterone and protein. I be chomping human oysters all day.
The best way to get the meat out is just...
You want to go for the fattier humans. The liver on the fattier human is where it's at.
You're just like, ignore the intestines. So much bad things. So much.
So many bad things. They've been drinking water without boiling it.
Yes, it looks like spaghetti, but if you eat it, it'll actually take your percentage of your battery down.
Yeah, that is my whole way to defeat robots, because they're all going to be ran on servers, right? It's not like they all have like tiny like servers within them. They're all individually powered, right? They're all part of a hive mind, essentially, right? My whole pitch to defeat the robot race, if they ever get out of control, is you go to one of these data centers that's all around, right? And you just have beavers. One, build a dam, cutting off the water supply that required to cool said things. Also, having the beavers poop in it will cause dysentery, thus destroying the computer by actual natural virus.
I always like the classic conspiracy theory about ancient civilization created the exact same scenarios in which we're going in, and where they created an AI, and that's how they got the exact calculations to build pyramids and all that stuff. Solar flare comes and wipes it out, and all of a sudden they're worshiping a sun god. And then it's like, oh, cool, we're redoing that. That's always been my favorite one, just because I'm like, plausible.
Life is a circle. But you know what's not a circle, Nathan?
PuntandGame.com.
Woo!
We go back quite a ways. Go check out the network. It's all free there at your fingertips at PuntandGame.com. But back on the old mom and pop shop, YouTube.com. In that search bar, type out Comic Wade Taylor with no spaces. And again, that's Comic Wade Taylor, no spaces. You get clips of this show, not worth the time, full episodes of each, but most important thing you want to be there for is that man's stand-up clip. So like and subscribe, get all that fun stuff. But back on puntandgame.com, get some merch.
That's right, everybody. Hop over to the Pun and Game shop where you get t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, stickers, all sorts of cool stuff to represent your favorite shows here at puntandgame.com. And don't forget to use promo code WGAF. That's promo code WGAF. And use that when you check out. Get yourself something cool for this upcoming summer. Get yourself a nice t-shirt. Rep your favorite shows. WGAF at checkout.
Do you think that dinosaurs would eat the bones of dinosaurs? are robots? It's the end of the show and I'm having a stroke. Okay, we're out. Peace.
Ah!
Who gives a